Roman Reigns made his return on last night's SmackDown. WWE has given an update on Jacob Fatu's injury, and Cody Rhodes' next WWE title defense has been set. Stay tuned for all the wrestling news. Now, we saw his return just last Saturday at SummerSlam. Roman Reigns is back in the WWE. He
OTC.
Yeah, he's the OTC. He's the original tribal chief.
Everybody doing this.
Yeah.
Like Vince's big dreams finally happened.
Yeah,
Everybody's cheering him.
He's a babyface.
Yeah.
He's over. People love him. The pop that he got on his entrance at SummerSlam was insane.
The addition, because I don't think the drums were always quite as loud as they were last night, but when those drums hit, the entire crowd just went like, ah!
Yeah, the crowd was deafening on SmackDown. Roman, of course, is his first appearance on SmackDown since before WrestleMania 40, and he was challenged to come to the ring and kind of take the necklace, the Ulafala, off of Solo Sikoa, because Solo proclaims he's the tribal chief.
Yeah, he's like, if you want to be the tribal chief, you're going to talk about all that, and you want this, then come and get it.
And Roman tried to do just that. He came to the ring. He took down, Solo first sort of sent the Gorillas of Destiny down to attack him and sort of trying to...
Tama got planted. Tonga Loa got thrown into the steps to the point where the steps flipped over.
Yep.
Yeah.
He didn't hold back on the beating of both Tanga and Tama. It was pretty fun to see, actually. Then we had a little bit with Solo Sikoa and Reigns in the ring. Reigns hitting him with a Superman punch. Looked like he was setting up that spear. Didn't quite work though, because Solo was pulled out of that ring and made it to safety. And then Roman went back on the attack on Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa.
He went to pick up the Ulafala, and that was it. Tama jumped in from behind. And then we saw a couple of spears, and then Roman stands tall.
Yes, we had a little stare down between Solo and Roman. Solo retreating up the ramp. It's fairly obvious this is where we're going.
He's not a face though.
Roman?
Yeah, he'd be phoning up the beers if he was a face.
Oh,
he
yeah.
Didn't phone up any beers.
He didn't phone up any beers. But the crowd is loving having him back. I'm loving having him back.
This is like, they were talking about this story has many phases. This is the next phase. So if this is going to be an ongoing thing, then yes, please. I want more.
I think we're definitely going to get more, but unfortunately one name that wasn't there last night was Jacob Fatu. Now, it has been reported over this past week, it was somewhat mixed messaging of he was injured, but he's not, he's dealing with something.
Spotted in a boot after making the dive to the outside.
Yeah. And it was the main story coming out of SummerSlam, aside from Reigns' return, is Jacob Fatu, the new WWE Tag Team Champion, actually injured? Well, actually it was provided an update on last night's SmackDown from Corey Graves, who said that he's dealing with an injury and he will indeed be out of action. No word on if that is legitimate or storyline.
Well, you don't know, right?
You don't know, but we know that he was told to sell that leg last week at SummerSlam. He wasn't there last night. He wasn't in that segment with Reigns, probably to protect that matchup, because that's a much bigger matchup than Reigns and Solo right now.
And it's all Cody Rhodes' fault.
It is all Cody Rhodes' fault. The blame was put on Cody Rhodes. They didn't beat around the bush on that one. They blamed Cody Rhodes, which makes me think that they are sowing the seeds for a Jacob Fatu Cody Rhodes match for the title.
Ooh.
By putting it directly on Cody.
I should have gone, ooh, ah. I mean, it's just tantalizing, isn't it? Jacob Fatu is the most explosive talent they've got right now. Everybody's obsessed with him. He's really making waves. Hopefully this isn't a legitimate injury.
Yeah, hopefully.
And if it is a legitimate injury, hopefully he's all right, and hopefully it's just something small, right? Hopefully it's nothing major, and he'll be back in no time. We can freebird the tag titles for a while, though.
Yeah, I think they can do it. If they do it, I mean, it'll be Tonga Loa that'll have the belt in place of him, because Tama's already the champ.
Yeah. But he's only got one eye at the
I don't really want to see Tonga Loa with the championship, but it looks like that's what they're going to do until Jacob.
Well, no, like
Fatu's
GOD.
back.
Come on, GOD are a hell of a tag team. So,
Yep.
What? Come on. No,
they
no,
are,
I'm not having this.
They are a good... Tama's brilliant.
I'm not having this. I know that there's points, right, you could look at. Everybody's seen GIFs and stuff, but go back and actually watch a GOD run. Go back and... Oh, no, come on.
It's all the internet will talk about.
I know.
Staying with last night's SmackDown, we did see a vignette for a returning WWE star from Imperium.
So Imperium member Giovani Vinci, who popped up, and he seems to be returning to his old NXT gimmick rather than anything a bit more stern and sacred mat based.
Yeah, it feels like a complete, left turn from his as you said, stern gimmick.
Yeah, so he said his past's behind him now, but he's learned from those lessons, and then he finished the package by using his old catchphrase of Vini, Vidi, Vinci, obviously Vidi, Vidi, Vici, but he changes it because it's his surname, which is I came, I saw, I conquered in Latin. But it wasn't the direction I thought it was going to be, so I'm apprehensively excited.
I quite liked his NXT gimmick, and I thought it suited him, especially with the stupid point in the camera and it freeze frame. I think
he's very expressive as well, and to have him just stood there kind of like all the time, it seems like a bit of a waste. So I think if you can get something like that out of him, then let's go, let's do it.
Dream scenario is it legitimizes Pretty Deadly a bit, and you put them together,
that's like,
and then they're just a super group. They're what maximum male models could have been.
They're only the band the Beatles could have been.
Are starting to do in AEW and Ring of Honor. But I think there's a lot of things that they can do with Giovani Vinci. I think he's a great talent. I'm excited to see him back on SmackDown. We don't know when it's happening. It just said coming soon, and he was in sports cars.
That could mean 3 weeks' time. It could mean, as we've seen, months.
Hey, Veer was coming for a while.
He was.
And Vinci could be coming for quite some time at this point. But WWE is also creating a new championship at this point. That is also coming soon. Triple H announced this on Twitter last night, or X, and it's an upcoming Women's Speed Championship. We all know we love the TV show Speed on X/Twitter. I tune in
whenever it's
every
on,
single time. It's actually quite good.
Like whenever it's on and I'm online, I'm just got it straight on. It's just a nice little quick breeze of a watch, isn't it? 5
minutes in, out. You've had a couple matches, but that is starting on September 4th. No names have been announced for that women's tournament just yet, but you'd assume it'll be similar to men's tournament, where I think it was in 16-man bracket. So we'll have quite a lot of matches leading to this title match whenever it happens.
It makes sense as well. It was only a matter of time until this happened, I think. So it's sort of it's more titles, but it's almost like a contained title, right? So it doesn't really bleed over too much, and it's going to be one of those where, it's just.
I'm trying to think of anyone that could potentially be that first women's speed champion.
Ooh.
And like, jump into my head, something like Zoe Starks.
Zoe Starks would be great.
Shayna Baszler
Baszler'd be class. Just get in there.
Choking people out.
Within 2 minutes, just...
Yeah. I think that Shayna definitely is a good shout for me. In terms of on the roster, you give Tiffany Stratton the title just to give her a title at the moment.
You could, but does she really need a title when she's got Tiffy in the bank?
Yeah, you don't really need it. Anyway, any shouts in the comments below who you think will be the first women's speed champion? Let us know in the comments below. But rounding things off is another title. It's of course the undisputed WWE Championship, because they've got a title match set for Bash in Berlin. Now, last night SmackDown, Cody Rhodes came to the ring and said that he had someone in mind for his next title defense, because he's a big fighting babyface champion. We love that when he does that. And he's got in mind Kevin Owens, who Kevin wasn't actually keen on the idea at
first. He was like, look at my win-loss record. This doesn't really make sense. And Cody's like, this isn't the other place. No, man, said that. No, like Owens was trying to make a case for the fact that it probably needs to be somebody else before it's me. But Cody was having none of it. Yeah, he was pretty set on defending against Kevin Owens. He actually petitioned Nick Aldis, the GM, to have the match. He's fairly set on Kevin Owens. Aldis agreed. The match is happening. It's Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes, Bash in Berlin. It looks like we're getting babyface versus babyface. Maybe he's learned his lesson though from all of the Logan Paul contracts and everything, and the bloodline, the tribal rules match and everything. It's maybe he's just sort of going to be like, Kevin, sign this, and it's like Cody wins. Cody can break all the rules. Yeah, and Owens is like, you know what? I don't have any counsel. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say just swap. Yeah. Owens is not allowed to pin or submit Cody Rhodes. He's not. He can only win. Victory can only be attained by pin or submission. Maybe that's the stipulation. Yeah. But it joins. We've got a Gunter match on the cards. We've got Damian Priest will likely be facing Finn Balor there. There's so many other matches that will be set for Bash in Berlin, and I can't wait to see them all. But yeah, Cody versus Owens, not one that I expected because of their alignments as two good guys. But in our market, like, they're both incredibly popular stars across Europe, and red hot German crowd are going to go absolutely wild for it, and they're going to bring it. So. Yeah, for sure. Well, that is all we've got for you just now. We'll of course be back later on today with more wrestling news. Stay tuned at the social medias and cultaholic.com for wrestling news as it happens, and we will see you later on. Tatty bye.